Great, so tentatively, we're going to play Arena all day today. However, I've still seen people tweeting that the servers are having lots of issues, so we'll see. I've prepared 2 Pioneer decks that are almost ready to go. I just have to track down a couple of new set cards for them. But hopefully we're not going to play Arena, or we're not going to play Moto Day, and we're just going to play Arena all day. So theoretically, we are starting off with some Historic today. And we got some blue-white control here at the behest of Ranting Bob. This archetype actually got a ton of really awesome cards from Theros. So, hey, we had a couple of resubs in there too. Orinel, thank you for the 15 months. And Monley, thank you for the 16. I appreciate it. So, Thassa's Intervention, I think, is actually going to be a card that's not only playable here, but this card's probably going to be very relevant in standard control decks as well. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year, Cody. This card is... It's really awesome to get to play a... This is basically like a cancel Chemister's Insight split card. Hey, Pelly, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. So, I like that this is a card that can help us fill out our curve on turn 3, interacting with what our opponent's doing, but we don't have to play a dedicated card slot to just card advantage in the 4 to 5 mana spot, because this is card advantage when we need it to be, but also can impact what our opponent's doing when we need it to be. Another card that I think this card is going to have an impact in Standard, Pioneer, and Historic. So this card is very reminiscent of the card Wall of Omens. This is kind of everything a control deck wants to be doing. It grabs you a land, so you hit your land drop. It makes you a wall to block, and it gains you life. Notably, this also curves really well with Teferi the Time Raveler. So what you can do is you can play Birth on 2, get a Plains. On 3, it makes you an 0/4 wall, and then your Teferi can bounce Birth back to your hand before the final chapter of the saga happens and it goes away. So basically, Teferi can let this turn into 2 0/4s and 2 Plains with his downtick. We also gained a 4 mana unconditional sweeper here. A little bit of a drawback if you kill bigger creatures, but I think this is better than playing Time Wipe because 4 versus 5 is a really big difference. We got some Elspeth Conquers Death, which I think is another excellent white card from the new set. Pretty unconditional removal here for different things that your control deck's going to have problems with. The second chapter is kind of whatever, but the third chapter, rebuying, if it grabs an Arset Parter of Veils, she could downtick 3 times. You can rebuy your Teferi, or you can rebuy your Dream Trawler here, which I think is a really powerful finisher. I'd be surprised if this card doesn't see a bunch of play in Standard also. This one might actually be strong enough for a Pioneer finisher too. So Flying Lifelink, when you draw a card, it gets 1 attack, so it's always a 4/5 on your turn. When it attacks, you draw a card. So this is attacks as a 5/5 Lifelinker, which is a big Mamajima. Red-Black Titan build around for a Historic. I can definitely just note that down, Draken. Will do, thanks for the support. I appreciate that very generous tier 3. Athero, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. This card also protects itself, so you can discard a card to protect it. So a little bit more expensive than a Baneslayer Angel, but also has the ability to help you protect it while it can stabilize the board and gain you some life. I've also got a couple of White Castle in here. It might be right to split the White Castle with a blue one potentially, but I do like having ways to impact the board with my lands. We got a couple of Field of Ruin, and then we've gained Temple of Enlightenment here as a third blue-white duel. So let's hop on into the Historic queue. I'm not sure how active the Historic queue is going to be. So they turned off Historic Ranked, and they replaced it with this this queue where you could pay 1,000 gold to play. This is my deck. Yep. So we'll see how this goes. Arena servers have also been having some disconnect issues, so we'll see how that happens. I think the fact that Dream Trawler has lifelink gives it a leg up, just because when you're not ready to be closing the game, because Dream Trawler lifelinks, it can also help you stabilize, which is really good. Well, we found a match really quickly, so that's exciting. Wasn't sure how quick the queue times are going to be. Search is an excellent addition to this hand. Am I in for that? I have Search on 2. I think I'm just going to bottom that. I think I want to try and find a 3-mana Planeswalker for 3. I don't actually know what the prizes are for this event. We can look at it after we can look at it after I'm done, after we finish this match. Hey, Coma Cake, preparing for that steed. Thanks for the 23 months. Welcome back. Ha. Alright, well, against Wilderness Reclamation, I think I keep the veto, huh? One thing that's really sweet is this exiles any permanent that costs 3 or more. So, like, this can take Wilderness Reclamation off the table. It takes Planeswalkers off the table. Having a way to answer problem permanents is something blue-white control has struggled with. And this isn't like a Banishing Light effect, right? Like, the first chapter, the thing you target is just gone. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use my mana this turn. Morning, Gecko. Hey, have a good one, neighbor. Thanks for keeping me around. I think Omen of the Sea is really good. That's cute. So they get to scry 2 twice and then draw a card. Well, they found one they like.
Daddy,
Good morning.
I have some of your mats.
No, you're not playing with my playmats.
Why? There's only one upstairs.
Alright, so do we want to conquer death on the problem with Conquer's Death here is I don't have anything for it to get back at the moment, but I could just play it as like exile target enchantment. I could also just get Teferi going. That's probably the line. Morales, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So keeping me around. There is a chance we don't get another turn here.
Hurry.
What would he even do with my playmats? I have no idea. He knows there's a giant stack of them in my closet, though. He has something in his mind that he wants to do with them.
Don't make another move.
Hey, Styles, thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate you shipping that Prime this way again. Welcome back. So if they have a Nexus here, they can actually pay for Syncopate for one. Yeah, I'm going to concede here. Match is kind of miserable, and we're definitely behind from this position. I mean, we played half a game. So, if people asking, is Arena better? The answer is, I don't know. To answer your question, I do not know. Need to actually play some games to figure it out, to find out. So far, it seems fine, but like we've played for 10 minutes. We've been we've been playing for exactly 10 minutes. Alright, all the counter magic comes in. Probably don't need as many births. I think Heliod Intervention comes in here. You can destroy a bunch of Wilderness Reclamations here. Elspeth Conquers Death probably isn't good enough here, especially if I'm bringing in Heliod's Intervention. I know it can take Wilderness Reclamation off the table, but like I've got plenty of other things that interact with that, and like they're likely not killing my stuff, so I think that makes this not good enough. This is very good against like mid-range and control matchups where they're going to be interacting with my Planeswalkers, but that's not happening here. Maybe I'll leave one in as an extra way to kill the Reclamations. Probably fine. Hey, thanks for the 13 months, Keta. Kulta Kim, sorry. Appreciate you keeping me around. When do we become a Bernie banner stream? Sometime last week, I believe, if I recall correctly. Whatever day that clip is from. I don't think I need a second Narset here. Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, the second verse taxing is not irrelevant in this matchup. So again, this comes in, it gets us a land. This is basically just a way to get an extra land in this matchup. So not stellar, but fine. The 0/4 doesn't matter here, obviously. Yeah, having 3 dual lands for 2-color combinations is very good. Alright, don't Mystic Dispute me, please. Okay, sweet. Both of these cards seem like good additions to this archetype. The fact that Heliod's Intervention gets to come in against like this matchup and mono red seems huge.
Meditate and prepare.
You're thinking of the other saga. You're mixing up Elspeth in this one. Shillings have no cash value. Shillings can be used to bump decks in the queue. Old Chemist's Insight for 1. Deal. Well, if we get a turn, Heliod's Intervention is going to clean both of these up, huh? And, like, this is annoying. They get to scry a little bit, but, like, they don't have any sustained source of card advantage at the moment. So, like, once we untap in Heliod's Intervention to kill these, they're going to be, like, in a pretty terrible spot, right? And again, this is, I mean, even if they top deck as Kanta tracks, I have a Field of Ruin here, and I'm destroying these Wilderness Reclamations. Like, I feel like we're incredibly favored from here. Okay, now, Tamiyo's actually very good. If Tamiyo hits an Nexus of Fate, we could easily lose from here. Oh, they're just picking the gate back up. Sure. Yeah, the negate picking back up is actually really good. I don't know that we're going to be able to deal with that. I don't think that's ghosting. I think that's probably just good play. We're going to find a Nexus here, and I'm going to concede. Madman, thanks for the 10 months. Assuming the blue-white deck has some interaction in their hand is probably not unreasonable. How do the prizes work for these? Is there nowhere I can see? Is there nowhere I can see the prizes for this event? Oh, they're down here. 500 gold, 1,000. Okay, yeah. So it's two wins to get your money back. So they're 1,000 gold, and if you get 2 wins, you get your 1,000 gold back and some random cards. Yeah, same as the standard best of 3 event, it looks like. Against an opposing Glacial Fortress on one, I think I keep the extra Dovin's Veto. Yeah, of course you would love if they gave you something strictly better. It's a peak Magic player. I wish this thing they gave me was strictly better. You and everyone else. This was Bob's submission, but it was this is my first draft on blue-white control in Historic, Justin. He asked me to put together my preferred iteration, and this is what we're trying. Yeah, that's true. If you're someone that's just like, if you're someone who doesn't really care about the top 1200 tournament, and to be honest, the top 1200 tournament is basically worthless, like in terms of like what your expected value from it is, in terms of being able to farm value on your account and just continue to play Magic Arena for free, constructed events are a much better use of your time. Yeah, I think we're supposed to get like 3 inches of snow and freezing rain tonight. It's definitely not about to be pretty.
I'll protect you.
I think I'm just going to go ahead and jam Conqueror's Death here. This resolves, it gets to exile this and then eventually rebuy our Teferi. I updated Historic Soul Sisters last night. As always, there's a bunch of decks in the queue. We stay well organized around here, and it's easy to find stuff you're looking for. The queue is sorted by format and then by point value, so it goes Standard, Pioneer, Historics at the bottom. It's reverse alphabetical order.
Trust me, I have a plan.
See if they find a veto here. Looks like it. Well, the fact that they're playing Quench is like good for them early here, but I have to imagine that's good for us late. Got a bunch of medium cards.
Don't worry, I got this. got time.
So, I think I just get rid of their Time Raveler so I can unlock my counterspells. I'm just gonna let that resolve. I want to be able to veto a Planeswalker next turn. I don't know, this card makes it a little bit tedious, I think, sometimes, but I actually think these control mirrors could often be very interesting. There's a lot of back and forth in them quite frequently. The second chapter on this should be quite annoying for them too, which is nice. Thassa's Intervention, they're getting a lot of lands. This is probably going to turn into a draw spell here. Yeah, possibly Ringer. It depends on what else we end up doing with our mana. Like, there's a good chance that what they're doing with their mana is going to be tied up for the next few turns. So I don't know that I'm in a huge rush to do this. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and just do this now. Because this is still going to be going next turn, right? So I'm just going to play this while they can't counterspell it. Look at the top 4, take 2. No, spending 4 mana to counter veto is not a good use of your mana. Generally speaking, that's a losing proposition, Fonzenti. And this is sweet because Elspeth Conquers Death is going to pick back up 3 mana Teferi next turn, which means this will get to resolve, which is nice. Femoral, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, all of the interventions are pretty elegant, I agree. Modal spells are great. So we don't have to worry about them double planeswalkering us this turn because all their planeswalkers cost 2 more. So, if they want to do something here, they have to do it now. I think this card's very good. I think these 2 sagas are both great.
I am not going to sit this one out. I'm known for my... Let's skip to the good part. Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
We haven't played that much Ghost Sandwich, so we only got to play, like, for 4 hours yesterday. downtime ran long and then the servers had issues. I don't think I want to let them bounce this because it turns on their counter spells and they could have vetoes of their own. So just like keeping my 3 mana Teferi on the table probably means we're winning by a lot. For the game and a half that we've played, we've not had issues yet. But I've seen other people posting about having issues, so... You know.
That's more like it.
I'm gonna start cranking out 1/1s to win the game. Okay. Birth goes down. I might cut all the births. I have 26 lands, so it's possible all the births should go away. Elspeth the Conqueror's Death is great here. Extra Narset's great. Veto's great. Ugin's great. Strokes are great. We'll leave the last 2 births in. That's perfect. I guess it's possible they have sagas of their own. Maybe I want Heliod's Intervention. They showed us Prison Realm too, right? Mobilized District is a standard legal creature land. Maybe I'll split these 1/1. That seems fine. Reading replies to my tweets reminds me why our Twitch chat is sub-only. Someone just responded to my tweet asking me why we weren't playing a card that the deck is playing. Just, oh, Magic players. Oh, Magic players. Someone else responded to the tweet about Elspeth Beats Death or whatever it is, saying it was a bad Eldest Reborn, and Eldest Reborn never saw any play. And it was just like, man... The revisionist history is wild. I think I just pass here, because I don't really want to jam this and then have them play 3 mana Teferi and bounce it. Make your Twitter sub-only too. I mean, I mute and block aggressively, so it's like, it's kind of like having it be sub-only. I've enjoyed Historic and Iraq. We've played a number of Historic decks on this stream. Alright, well, our opponent just learned a valuable lesson. Shame. 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 Gosh, there's a whole bunch of deck submissions again. A bunch of them are standard, too. That's exciting. People are excited about standard. That's good. Variety is good. Yeah, Sand Sweet. Gotta Syncopate and Omen of the Sea for 2. Our last opponent tried to veto our veto, and then they felt bad and they left. Yeah, I'm gonna hold up Syncopate here. Because they could have 3 mana set free.
My vow is to keep an open mind. I train at home your prowess.
Yeah, are all the people who played green red in Historic playing Standard now? Is that what happened?
Just the trick for this.
Well, I think we definitely just stick this one.
Sorry, I'm late.
Just turn your counter spells off, go. Could be right to hold up Intervention, because it's the turn they could play 5 mana Tef, but like, if they play 5 mana Tef, my Narset stops it from drawing cards, so. I think 309 is high enough to sit, not with 2 weeks. The further out you are, the higher you have to get to be safe.
Right on schedule.
Do I just tuck her in?
Clean this up as I go.
I think so.
You need to take a time out. This isn't a fight you can win. I'm not ready for this quite yet.
Well, you know.
Might be a bad idea.
Omen of the Sea is real good too, by the way. It's quite possible that Omen and Birth should be split 3-3 in this deck, but I wanted to hedge the aggro matchup a little bit. Now, you can't write off political donations as donations on your taxes. That's not how taxes work.
No time for a break.
Counter unless they pay twice X. Right? So we'll go counter unless you pay twice X. Just good clean cancel here. I don't want them to be able to tuck in my Narset.
Let's hold that thought.
This game's over, right?
Here goes nothing.
We're just like solidly in garbage time at this point. We want to find the, what's it called card? The, Elspeth Conquers Death to get rid of their Teferi. We've got plenty of ways to look to find that. I got Shalark. That's super annoying.
Right on schedule. Trust me, I have a plan. We need to move quickly.
This is disgusting. This is not okay. I don't know. I don't know who thought that was possibly okay, but they were wrong.
Past, present, and future. Meditate and prepare.
Time is much more malleable than people think.
I think I'm just passing here. Hold up. Intervention / Omen. What's the win count of this deck? We have two trawlers. We have 2 trawlers and we have 2 castles. Okay.
Let's take it back.
I don't care about that. I have a Field of Ruin. Gonna use my mana here. If they want to counterspell this, they can counterspell this.
Keep an open mind.
Keep up the pace.
Keep up the pace. Sure.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Well, yes, those could stay there.
That's more like it.
Rats had to discard a card to hand size. So unlucky. See you in 40 minutes for game 2. I don't know. I don't know if this game's only gonna last like as long as our opponent decides to keep playing. Like, they're definitely in a can't win position. Famous last words as always, but like this game is very over. That's intervention has been really impressive. It's possible that Birth and Omen should be, or sorry, you were talking about Intervention's been good, Omen's been good. It's possible Birth and Omen should it be a 3-3 split. All right, so Conquer's Death comes in, Narset comes in, Strokes come in, Vetoes come in, Ugin comes in, one Heliod's Intervention comes in. Seems good. Yeah, if both control players understand what's going on, control matches tend to not be that long. Like, if they wait for me to, like, actually kill them, if they wait for me to put their health total to 0, yeah, this is fine. Need some lands, but we're on the draw with a Scribe. We got an Omen of the Sea as well. We can find the untapped land on 2. Syncopate can protect from a turn 3 Planeswalker, which is great. And if they don't have a turn 3 Planeswalker, we get to just jam Omen of the Sea, which is also great. Omen resolves. Actually, something that's kind of refreshing. The green intervention's probably the worst of the 5 of them, huh? Which is a nice change. That's not usually how that works. So, resolving this while they're tapped out because it disables future counter magic from them. This is appealing to make them not draw cards, but the fact that this means this is likely to resolve next turn is great. Maybe I'm supposed to just hold up intervention this turn.
Hone your prowess.
It's very possible, because this is their turn. They could play 5 mana Teferi.
I've got it.
I feel like the designs in Theros are potentially just excellent. Like, I feel like a lot of the designs are sweet but not overbearing, if that makes sense.
I have just the trick for this.
We just bought him double Trawler, which is a little troubling. Alright, so this doesn't do anything if they don't have a Planeswalker in their bin. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and play this other Narset out.
I have practiced against many, but thoughtfulness before action.
I think I'd rather have Time Raveler than Hero Dominaria here. It's cheaper to try and resolve through counter magic. Oh, I forgot this is about to do this. That's awkward. This card's so good. I'm gonna take the guaranteed 7th land. This one really does everything. They don't have a Planeswalker here. That's good for us. And if I want to cast anything, it costs me 2 extra. Do I even want to Impulse with this right now? I almost feel like I don't. I think I don't want to move to hand size here. If I make a thing with this, I'll have 2 mana up, which is probably fine. I guess making a thing doesn't really matter, though, because they have the wall. Deckmaster does not have the new cards. I'm going to make a command for that. Cardboard Live doesn't have a binary for Linux spread. Cardboard Live also doesn't have an option to, like, disable its deck features, from my understanding. Which I prefer using Stream Decker, and I prefer to not have redundant things up there to confuse people that are watching. Just gonna go ahead and tap out for this. If they want to counterspell this, maybe Teferi can resolve next turn. And if they don't want to counterspell this, it lets me dig for a bunch of cards, which is great.
Meditate and prepare.
Hey, Dirtle Greg, thank you for the consistently absurd support. I appreciate the tier 3. Welcome back. I feel like we're pretty far ahead here still. Like, if they draw a threat, I have a Stroke, and then I also have a Conqueror's Death here as well lined up. That's awkward. Ooh, unless they play twice X. Nope, they have 4. I'm just gonna draw 2. Am I gonna draw 2? I think I'm gonna draw 2. I'm gonna draw 2. Turns out, that effect's still great.
My responsibility. Don't worry, I got this.
Would have made them pay 4. That's a good thought. Landing Ugin? I think I'd rather just do this though, right? Although landing this would also be good. So like if they have a counterspell for this, I'm in a bad spot now. And I can't hold Veto up. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right that I should have just countered unless they pay 4 and just tap them out. And they can't do anything here. The good news is they don't have anything now. They're on actual nothing. So if this card's a brick, we're in an absurd spot when we stick Ugin next turn. But yeah, you're right. I think I agree. Well, I mean, this has to discard a card to do anything, right? So that means I get to just destroy that next turn.
Might be a bad idea.
Recklessness and fear, this bathe in ghost fire.
Okay, so this game's over.
I'll protect you.
We have won.
I can go along. Reverse.
Well, so far our build seems really good in the blue-white mirror.
Secrets manifest before.
Is our opponent playing our deck list? No, I don't think so. I have no idea.
No time for a break.
They added the traditional historic event when they got rid of historic ranked play. So there will always be an option to play historic best of 3. There will always be an in-client queue for historic best of 3. Knock on wood so far, we haven't had any stability issues playing so far today, so that's great. Yeah, game immediately crashes. Just pitches itself out the window. Yeah, there will always be... I don't know why they don't leave both on. Maybe they're afraid of not supporting 2 historic queues, but... I don't know. Hi, my name is Namachill, and I'm a Hoaglandian. Thank you for the 4 years of support. Got that first badge next to your name. One of them OGs. It's been an adventure. It's been a journey. Thanks for keeping me around. From Kiki Cord to a full-time job, huh? I am someone, take that, Bob. Alright, well, hopefully they're playing a deck where... actually, maybe I can keep Thassa's Intervention there. I was thinking I need a land, but this is actually my 4th land, right? Hey, it was a mirror. Someone else commented that it looked like a mirror. Good games, Cosmic. Good luck in the rest of your constructed event. It's going to be another Nexus matchup. Nope, decidedly not Nexus. Yeah, I need to put the... I updated the historic build of Sisters on the website yesterday. I need to put the standard build on there when I get time this weekend. Sure. Shatter's gonna draw them a card unplayable, right? So, like, this is the way you need to think about this card. When this happens, it's still a 2 for 2, right? It's a 2 for 2 and the board got reset. Like, I spent a card to take away 2 of their cards and give them a card. Like, this card is very playable. For a lot of people saying a lot of very silly things about this card is very, very playable. Also, if you kill your Dream Trawler with it, you draw a card, which is great. So it's like, not even, it's marginally worse than Time Wipe when you have Dream Trawler in play, but your Dream Trawler does at least replace itself. Morning, Party Bus. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Do 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 do. Do you have counter spells in your main deck? They could. They're playing blue green.
Want me to phase you out of
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, they draw 1 period. That's a questing beast. Well, I think we just play Trawler here, huh? Questerson gets to kill Hero of Dominaria, but honestly, I don't know how they race this card. They just can't, right? Ebbing Kitty, thank you for the half a year. YouTube regular, dropping off my Prime. Here's the chat. Torture that I've entitled to Grim Initiate. I appreciate the half a year. Welcome back. All of the deck lists are in the video descriptions on the YouTube channel, Justin. So I probably won't get new standard deck lists up on the dedicated standard pages, but if you click video standard and click through to the YouTube channel, they'll all be in the video descriptions there. Just click show more and you'll find the list you can import directly into Arena. Ah, see, there's your misunderstanding, Scrafted. I am not a king. I am but a humble jester. Alright, so if I play this, I can have 4 extra mana available, which means I can counter Questing Beast unless they pay 4. So that means unless they draw an untapped land, I can intervention to counter this next turn. Oh, I could have gained an extra life, huh? Things to remember. This card's very, very good. Tomic stopping Nissa is great. Thanks for the mono white list. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people saying they're having a lot of success with the white deck. I am excited that there is a playable aggro deck in the format. I come for the great MTG content. I stay for the awesome progressive discussion. Hashtag feel the burn. Thanks for the half a year, Torment. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Let's get our Syncopate on here. So let's do this pre-combat this time. So we get to gain an extra life. Zero, thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. So good. Conquer's Death looking pretty good here again as well. Although I'm not sure that we're going to need it with Dream Trawler in play. So, gains an attack when you draw a card. When it attacks, you draw a card. Discard a card, tap it gains hexproof. And it has lifelink. Yeah, this is a Baneslayer Angel with built-in protection, chat. That's the card Chromium wanted to be. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. This card is everything a control deck wants. It stabilizes you against aggro, and it's sticky against mid-range. Yes, you can make it hexproof after attacking. That is correct. Is it Pine? I think it is. I think this card's probably going to be playable in reasonable formats. So that means not modern, but everywhere else. Yeah, this is a main deckable Lyra, essentially. Because it's like not just dead against non-aggro, because it just like doesn't die, and it generates you card advantage against mid-range and control. This is the type of card that is good to see printed, because it is a card that the control decks genuinely want to play that also ends the game. This is good. I am feeling optimistic after playing for the last day and a half now. Because, like, there's a number of cards in this set that, like, address fundamental problems. Like, if the white aggro deck is playable, that's awesome. Because not having a playable aggro deck was one of the big problems with the previous format. Mardu Knights aggro is pretty... Mardu Knights, the Knights decks weren't aggro decks. The only aggro decks that were competitive before Theros released were Embercleave combo decks. And I know that to a degree that might be a little bit pedantic, that differential, but I think in terms of quality of gameplay and how the formats end up being balanced, that's a really important distinction. The Knights decks were basically Splinter Twin. I agree with that. Alright, so we cut our Vetoes. We cut our Narsets because they just died to Questing Beasts and their attackers. I think Teferi draws a card when he comes in, so he's probably still fine. Bring in some Baffling Ends, the Last Shatter, a Time Wipe, the third one of these. This seems good. Hey, thank you for the 10 months of support, Guacamole. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah. The other, as someone who loves playing aggro and like worked on a lot of different things to try and figure out something playable in the last format for the tournament, like those decks were only good because of Cleave. Mid-range, traditional mid-range and aggro were close to unplayable in the previous format before Theros, and hopefully that's different, because I think having those two types of decks in the format are important. I don't think I can keep this hand in this matchup. These are all pretty slow and clunky. If they have a fast stompy start, we're just gonna die. I'm gonna keep this, I guess. I'm effectively at like +4 life and 2 O4s. You think traditional mid-range is unplayable in Pioneer? I think there's a strong argument that the current big red deck, chonky red, whatever you want to call it, are mid-range decks. So I don't think that's currently the case. Okay, let's start with this now. Oh, we're gonna get disputed. I'm dumb. I knew it. I knew it as soon as I put it on the stack. I was like, oh, wait. When they negate your land drop. Why did I leave Conqueror's Death in? Because it's a removal spell. The first chapter impacts the board, and this opponent is frequently going to be killing my planeswalkers, so the last mode is also exceedingly relevant. The second chapter is often not going to be very useful, but that's fine. I'll let you name our sub, baby. Thank you for the 9 months. Zone is cool. I appreciate that. Welcome back. That's unfortunate. Was hoping to, play this and pick this up and then replay it. Like here, again, this was a huge problem for blue-white control in previous formats. You couldn't just answer a planeswalker. Like this isn't a prison realm. That Nissa is gone forever. Forever, ever, chat. It's gone forever, ever. The witch is dead. Which old witch? The Nissa witch. Ding dong. The wicked Nissa's dead. Do 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 do. Also, and like now, this is an uncounterable 3-mana Teferi coming back into play, which then guarantees I resolve this Hero of Dominaria. This set gave a lot of tools to this control archetype. A lot of tools.
I am not going to sit this one out.
No, I don't think I think denying them a random card is bad. Give them the random card and just baffling them later.
Let's try this.
Hey, thanks for the 10 months, Butler. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Han Solo. Checking in. How's it felt so far? This deck's felt awesome. The Theros cards feel like huge consistency upgrades. They gave us a lot of cards. They gave us a lot of modal cards in this set, which has allowed us to kind of mitigate that wrong half problem we frequently have in this style of archetype. Also, O4 is pretty good against Nissa lands, turns out. Pretty good. Yeah, the consideration of Baffling ending their Krasis there is, what do I think is better? Giving them a random card or my Baffling End, and I think my Baffling End is better than a random card out of their deck, is the answer. The updated Historic Soul Sisters list is on my website. We keep everything up to date around here all the time. Hey, Matt, thank you for the 12 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
I am not making this up as
Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Trawler, yeah, Trawler's about to take this game and own it. I want to say thanks for your content. I've been here since before you quit MTGO back in 2016, and it's been a pleasure watching your stream and yourself grow. The subscription I was gifted and smart. I want to show my appreciation. Thanks for the compliments, Dua. It's good to still have you around. Yeah, the fact that, like, Thassa's intervention gives us the flexibility to be both draw go or play proactively is sweet too. Like, I really have never been a fan. You can use gems too. It's 1,000 gold or 190 gems. So Dream Trawler here, 3/5, flying lifelink. Gains a power when you draw a card. When it attacks, you draw a card, and you can discard a card to make it hexproof and tap it. So basically, Baneslayer that protects itself and generates card advantage.
The land shall conquer you.
It's real good.
Protect that which cannot protect itself.
Okay, we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble here, depending on what this last card is. Like, if this last card is something that, our Planeswalkers are dead. If this last card counters Dream Trawler, we could be in trouble. Yes, bouncing Birth with 3 mana Teferi is very good. Alright, so we're hoping for one of our 5 sweepers here. Don't stroke me, don't stroke me, don't stroke me. And this has lifelink, right? So just like they don't have good attacks into it. Like, look at this board. They don't have fantastic attacks on this board, right? Like, their best attacks are attacking me with a bunch of 4/4s, and I get to block 1 for free and gain 3. Their last card could just be a blank 2, because they definitely gained priority when they paid 3. Can a mod add a command explaining how the historic event works and how the historic event is going to rotate with the ladder? I think a lot of people don't understand that.
Behold, nature's true power.
I think Reddit got a lot of people upset into thinking that you just couldn't play historic anymore, and that's just not true. So they have plenty of blue sources, so I'm going to prioritize killing their forests that make double mana. We block like this, we take 12, go to 6. We get to draw 2 cards next turn. If Trawler finds us a sweeper, we might have a shot here. I mean, so Reddit did what's very common in that the people that are upset on Reddit are technically telling the truth, but they're omitting details that make the truth that they're telling not actually be as bad as they're making it out to be. That's an important distinction. Hey, look at that. Look at that. And this, when it kills Dream Trawler, will draw us another card, because Dream Trawler is going to have more than 4 power. No, the ladder's already gone, Coons. So that command's inaccurate. So we both draw a card here, but the board goes away. Gosh, I'm really glad we're lucky. Bye, friends. I mean, they still have a Nissan too here, right? Oh, we drew Search Transcanta. Oh. Oh. I don't know that we're fully in garbage time here. So it's either pay to play a historic event or play historic best of one. Yes, those are the options. You need to understand that the constructed event prices are very cheap though. It's 1,000 gold, and if you go 2 and 2, you get your 1,000 gold back plus ICRs. All right, that's very good. So they have us dead in 2 here, and I only have 1 sweeper left in my deck. I have 2 sweepers left in my deck, so we get 6 shots at another sweeper here. We get 2 shots at another Dream Trawler. They found threat. They draw every Nissa in their deck. 3 of them at least. Well, the good news here is if I find a sweeper, they can't cast this Questing Beast. Alright, swing and a miss twice. Close game. Close game. We'll take the 3rd one on the plate. Oh, was I not dead? Because the castle could chump? I think we were still dead. Now I'm doubting it. I don't know. Offhand. Do I want this Disdainful Stroke? Is Stroke better than Syncopate? Stroke's probably better than Syncopate, huh? Did we? Because we couldn't Seal Away or chump the Questing Beast, right? Seal Away also doesn't hit the Nissa lands. Yeah, so we were taking exactly 7. We were dead. Yeah, there's a Questing Beast on top. The Questing Beast on top killed us. The Jade Light explored a Questing Beast to the top, is why we were dead there. Otherwise, the castle would have saved us with the Seal Away. That was a close game. That was impressive. Like, I know we lost, but I felt like we were in that and had a lot of good decision points. Both of us had very, very reasonable draws. Easy mulligan there with a bunch of 5s. Unfortunate. No, that's Magic sometimes. Not guaranteed to go into 5, but gonna be pretty far behind. Ooh, they also went to 6. Yeah, this hand's very good. I think I actually bottom Intervention and Baffling End and just try and make it a priority to hit this Time Wipe on curve. Time Wipe's a way I can catch back up. Okay, slow start from them. If anyone needs a laugh, look at the Spikes threat on Dream Trawler. Do people not think that card's playable? Yeah, playing sweet new Magic formats is awesome. Master Neo, thanks for the 5 buns. Playing Magic Arena when it's not a laggy dumpster fire is also awesome. As much as it hurts me to bottom a sweeper here, I already have 2 of them in my hand, so pretty sure we're supposed to just get rid of that for now. Yeah, we'll see, Master Neo. Playing the aggro deck yesterday gives me some hope. Don't need another bird. I think I'm double bottoming here. I'm just jamming here. There's a good chance they have a counterspell, but I think this is fine. Because I kind of want to play this before I Dream Trawler them. If they get the negate here, that's fine. I don't know that Birth is very good in Esper Dance. Omen's probably great.
Nature's true power.
You get Mystic Disputed. You took a break of Magic for the last couple months. What's really happened? Were you around for Pioneer? Pioneer's like the big deal that's happened in the last few months. If you're someone that was into paper Magic and more than Arena. So it depends on how many more counterspells they have here. If they don't have any more counterspells in their hand, Conquer's Death and the Time Wipe is going to be huge here. Yeah, because I was tapping out for the Sweeper, Siren. So, like, I knew I was tapping out for the Sweeper, so it didn't make sense to keep a counterspell. I couldn't hold up. Like, if you watch these turns sequence out, Siren, I'm tapping out every single turn. So it doesn't really make sense to wait to, like, take this card that I'm going to be when I'm on the tap out plan. You got to think about how those cards fit into your curve while you're playing. Nerf Blaster! Doo-doo-doo-doo. Thanks for the brand new Prime support. Hope your Friday is kicking off your weekend swell. Welcome to Hoaglandia. If this Conquer's Death resolves, we get to kill their Nissa and get our Dream Trawler back. And if Conquer's Death resolves, our Time Wipe is pretty likely to resolve too, which cleans up the board before the Trawler comes down. Birth here just doing an excellent job keeping their board in check.
Every story is an opportunity to the library.
To the library. Well, they don't have blue mana available. So if I Elspeth here, they can down tick and pick negate back up, is the issue. I need to take Elspeth off the table to stem the bleeding a little bit. Yeah, but that's not the play I want to make. Instead of saying we could do that, tell me why we should do that. Playing the Sweeper got a counterspell out of their hand on a spell that I didn't really care if it got counterspelled, and it let me use my mana in the entirety. Negate will cost 4, that's true, and their Nissa's gone so they don't have double mana anymore. Hey, Redling, thanks for the biddies. I'll get that bumped up today after we're done. Thanks for the support. Remember, for my regulars, I am going to be live tomorrow and Sunday. I think I'm taking Tuesday off next week, so I'm not streaming like 12 days in a row. But I am going to be live Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. What do the blue enchantments do? They scry 2 and draw a card when they come into play. And then you can sacrifice them to scry 2. So I'm not chump blocking, even though I could potentially save 1 life here, because I don't want to make it obvious that I'm going to be time wiping next turn. I think we're just getting counterspelled and it doesn't matter. Yeah.
No tail should be discarded.
Looks like we're dead. Yep, close game. Maybe I should have just time wiped last turn. If I had time wiped last turn, I would have taken only 3 this turn instead of 7. These make mana. Yeah, I needed to draw a Syncopate there, but I don't think I boarded those out, right? Yeah, it just doesn't matter. That was a close set. It was a good set. All right, we got our dollars back. I think I'm pretty happy with what we had there. It's very possible. So, as always is the case with these control decks, what you choose to play can hedge various different matchups. So, like, if you're expecting less aggro and more mid-range and control, I think you could cut the 4th Birth and play a 3rd Omen of the Sea. Both of these cards are very good with Teferi Time Raveler. Just good 2-mana card advantage in general. Really happy with Dream Trawler and Elspeth Conqueror's Death. I think both these cards are excellent additions to this archetype. This is a card that lets you stabilize against aggro, sticky threat that generates card advantage against mid-range and control. This is a card that really feels like it solves a problem that blue-white has, which is that blue-white never really had permanent answers to problem cards. And most problem cards cost 3 or more mana. So even though this is a little bit on the expensive side, the fact that this is a Vraska's Contempt, basically, it's like, hey, get rid of your Planeswalker, that then it happens to do other stuff too is great. A lot of people will note that the second chapter on this isn't stellar in a lot of matchups, but that's fine, because the first and third chapter make this a playable card. Thanks for the tip, MTG Jedi. I appreciate it. Yep, where's my log here? Streamlabs is going slow this morning. For Black-White Life, perfect. Okie doke. So I'm going to go ahead and hit a quick ad roll while I get switched over for the next deck. When we get back, we're going to dive into some standard for the rest of the day. And we're going to be kicking off with some Abzan Zoo here. So we'll be back in a few to talk about what this deck is doing and how. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for hanging out today, folks.